Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And I always say, man, this thing just keeps getting more interesting by the minute. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also, we're trying to hit 200,000 subs by the end of this month, so really appreciate it if you help us hit our goal. Of course, if you deem the content worthy, though, appreciate that. Anyway, let me get into this topic here. So Kendrick Perkins has been on this campaign, this anti-LeBron campaign. Well, not really anti-LeBron campaign, because he's been riding with LeBron for God knows how long. He was one of the very few people out there that were talking about he's the GOAT. And well, a lot of us used to look at Kendrick Perkins like, really? Bro, really? Really? Like, but what are you talking about? A lot of us disagree with him. But nevertheless, I bring that up to say that Kendrick Perkins always was riding with LeBron. But recently, after the dismissal or the firing of head coach Darvin Ham by the Los Angeles Lakers, Kendrick Perkins has been taking a different tune. Earlier this week, he went on ESPN First Take and essentially said that he thinks LeBron James should retire, that the more he plays is actually hurting his GOAT argument. That's the first thing he said. Then he went on, then I heard the news from Stephen A. Smith said on that same show that LeBron actually had people approach him, in this case Kendrick Perkins, because he was saying things they disagree with on television. I'm like, what? Then Stephen A. Smith went on the Stephen A. Smith show, and then he said, based on some conversation that him and Kendrick Perkins were having, Kendrick Perkins is considering removing LeBron from the GOAT debate. And I was like, bro, what is going on? So what happened? Yesterday, I was watching a clip from ESPN, and they were talking about who the Lakers should go after in terms of a new coach that they want to hire, because now they're without a coach. And as they were talking about this, and then Kendrick Perkins, it was his turn to talk, and he was like, listen, the Lakers don't need to pay any single mind to what LeBron wants. The person they need to prioritize in terms of what they want or who they're looking for in a coach is Anthony Davis. They don't need to even waste their time thinking about what LeBron wants. And I'm like, yo, what is going on with Kendrick Perkins and LeBron James? I was absolutely surprised by that, and that's the audio we want to get into. But before we even get into that, this video is brought to you by today's sponsor, GameTime. GameTime Tickets is an authorized ticket marketplace of the NBA, which makes getting playoff tickets faster and easier than ever. For example, I'm super excited about the game between the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves this Sunday. With GameTime Tickets, I can easily pick the best tickets for me. I love that I can choose between different deals. I have the option to select the cheaper deal, the best option deal, or my favorite, the flash deal. The flash deal gives me the option to find discounts that I can only find on GameTime. Once I select the ticket I want, I can view my seat. And it's not just restricted to the NBA. I can also look for the best ticket deals for other sports like football, baseball, or concerts, or comedy or theater shows. Included in my purchase, I also have a 24-hour return guarantee, a lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection. So take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to play exactly what Kendrick Perkins had to say on ESPN yesterday as it pertains to this information here. And then want to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to what Kendrick Perkins had to say here.
Well, first of all, this shouldn't be a LeBron James hire. This shouldn't be a Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, just a Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka hire. This should be a Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and Anthony Davis hire. This hire should be solely based on Anthony Davis. This is the guy that is in his prime. This is the guy that was giving people that work last season and in the postseason. First round against the Nuggets, held his own, 27 points, almost 28 points a game, 15 rebounds on 63% shooting. So at the end of the day, if I'm Anthony Davis, I want to be in those rooms. I want to see what coach that you're bringing in that's going to benefit me. Not LeBron James, but benefit Anthony Davis, because you don't want to have a coach that's going to come in that's going to be all LeBron James, because it's not going to benefit AD. And I would probably be on the first thing smoking if I'm Anthony Davis. So at the end of the day, I know how special LeBron James is, all-time great in the GOAT conversation, but he will be 40 years old this upcoming season.
Yeah, in
He'll
December.
be 40. You got Anthony Marshawn Davis Jr. he's the guy that you need to be focused on.
Well, and LeBron James has said that Anthony Davis, this is his team sort of making that transition, whatever that looks like.
But
You all right?
he keeps saying that. But again, Anthony Davis continue to ride. He continue to try to drive the car from the passenger seat because LeBron won't get out the driver's seat. He got to get out of it.
Have you ever done that? Tried to drive a car from the passenger seat?
No.
Why wouldn't you?
Brian, thank you so much. I know you've had a busy morning on television all over New York City.
Go get some rest, Wendy.
So you heard what Kendrick Perkins had to say. Listen, we got some trouble in paradise. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like to me a lot of these people are beginning to turn on LeBron. LeBron is getting people to turn on him based off of his moves and the things that he says. And when you have supporters of his that are beginning to turn on him, you have a very big problem, and I'll tell you why. Because it's these people that inform a lot of the ridiculous positions that some of his fans take, like when they say he's better than it's these people that promote that viewpoint on television. It's the Nick Wrights, it's the Shannon Sharps, it's the Kendrick Perkins. So if you make an enemy out of these guys, there's not going to be anyone out there to champion this ridiculous narrative that you want propagated throughout a culture. So it behooves him to stay on his good side, unless they're going to just go out there, pluck somebody else in media, and then just supplant him with him and say, okay, you're going to be the one to be up there twerking it up all over the place, knocking over drinks, running up and down the hallway, hollering, go James, go James, go James, slapping each other with honey, waking up neighbors, having dogs barking and fire alarms going off because you just can't stop twerking. Unless you can find somebody that's willing to do that quickly, you got to make peace with these guys. But for whatever reason, it seems like Kendrick Perkins is getting fed up with the antics. And he's not the only one, because I believe Kendrick represents a viewpoint that exists within a lot of NBA fans, which is like, yo, we're tired. We're tired. What about the accountability? You hear Chris Broussard getting upset at Nick Wright. We'll talk about the accountability. You're hearing Byron Scott. Byron Scott just came out and said, since you think you know it all, well, you might as well go ahead and coach the team since you know more than the coach. So there seems to be this shift that's taking place in terms of the support. You're James Jones. People are beginning to see through it. They're beginning to pierce through the veil and understand what the hell is going on. And they're like, yo, bro, this dude right here. And that doesn't bode well for LeBron in my personal view. Because again, these are the people that promote his narrative on television. You see, they got Paul Pierce on Undisputed. He's just up there trolling LeBron James and Lakers fans like daily now. It's hilarious. Recently, there was a poll. They talk about the greatest players in the NBA. They poll current NBA players, and then some people voted for Paul Pierce. And Paul Pierce is like, I think LeBron voted for me. What do you think he's doing? He's trolling LeBron because he knew they used to face him. He's like, yo, that dude used to give me that work, so I think he'd go. That's what Paul Pierce is doing. And the last thing LeBron and his supporters need is for these people to switch. Because if they turn, this whole thing of y'all think is a go, it will be gone in a quick jiffy. In a quick moment. You're going to be like, but what about the GOAT debate? You'd be like, there is no GOAT debate. It was just a few of these people that were trying to push it. And a few publications. And then once these guys stop, the debate stops. And the correction takes place. So these are my thoughts, man. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about Kendrick Perkins in this position? Do you think he's correct? Do you think he's wrong? What do you think about today's show, our analysis, whatever you guys think? Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.